Alright guys, this is going to be the second part of our, singleton pattern code that we were writing earlier. So I changed the theme of the Java because I like the black theme better, so it's better for your eyes. So basically, as you remember from our first video, first part of the video on this design pattern, so we have a class now with the private constructor, and then we have a method called getInstance that just return um, the instance of itself, and we have this instance method called greet. Okay, now we have our class. Let's go ahead and create a simple test class where we can test this. Create a class here. Simple Singleton test class. And I would like to include the main method so that we can test it. All right, pretty cool. We have so it created this stub method here. So we're going to create simple singleton pattern. Okay, this one is just to show you that because since we have a private constructor, we wouldn't be able to use the default constructor here. The compiler doesn't know, hey, there is a no. If you put the mouse cursor here, it will tell you what's really going on because we don't have public constructor at all. So that's the whole point of of the singleton pattern. Is not allowing the client to create instances. To create the instance, what do we have to do? We're going to say a simple singleton pattern here, and then we have this static method getInstance. Okay, now we have instance of our object. Then after that, we can call all our instance method or a public field or whatever we have inside our class. Okay, just make sure simple pattern. We can call our method here called greet. Let's just make sure this runs. And go ahead and save all our code, and go ahead and run this. And it just prints out hello from the singleton. Okay. So this is how we basically create a singleton object. Of course, now let's see why this method has. Let's talk about some of the drawbacks this singleton class has. So in a very simple example, when we are just dealing with a single thread application, this might not be a problem, right? However, in real life, most of the real application we will be dealing with multi-threaded application. We have more than one thread on our applications. So just imagine two thread try to access this particular the instance creation exactly at the same time, or there is no synchronization. I mean, right now there is no synchronization, right? For this piece of code, this line number 13 is very, very important because of course in this example, very simple, we're just creating the instance of a very simple class. In real life, maybe this creating the instance of your object might be very expensive. You might have to do so many other things, and it might be very resource intensive or takes some time. So very first thing we have to make sure is we basically synchronize our singleton class. Okay, let's look into how to do that one. In Java, there is a couple of ways to write a synchronized version of it. Let's create a new class, and we're going to write the same class, but however, we're going to write the synchronized version of the Singleton class. I'm going to create a class called Singleton with synchronization. Basically similar idea as before, so I'm going to grab most of the code from here and then I will change it accordingly. Alright, so instead of let's change the name of instead of that. Oops. I'm going to do this. Let's copy that and then do a Control H on this one. I'm going to replace that. Sorry guys, this is what I mean to do. So now this way it pertains to this class. I could have done find and replace it all, but it's okay, now almost done. All right, now in Java there is a two-way you can make a method or synchronize, or you can there is something called critical section of the method block, or there is a first. Let's do the first way how to make this class synchronize. It's pretty easy in Java. You're just gonna say synchronize. This is the way, one way to make your method synchronize method. So basically all we have to do is this is one way, but I really don't prefer this way because like we just really care about a certain section as a critical section that is kind of we want to synchronize only a certain piece of the logic, right? So this is one way. So the second way to do it is basically we need some sort of a private static create as object once it as a key as a new object here. All right, so instead of making this is of course this is the first way. Let me put that into a comment just for the first for the how to do the second way is let's copy the same piece of code here. Right here we're going to use this synchronized, and we need to say we're going to synchronize on key, right? In our case we're going to synchronize on our key,